Okay, so this is just kind of like a first real quick preliminary design, pen and paper here, you know, pretty much what you would expect. I mean, some of the challenges that we're going to run into are going to be things like we've got to position the 10 key, we've got to establish a spring load on the bottom of the pedal, so when you press it down, the pedal comes back up. There needs to be a fulcrum point. It could be a lever design like this, but I think then the 10 key would have to be upside down, or there'd have to be like a secondary mechanism. So I'm just going to try and keep it really simple, and I'm just going to have a single hinge point on the back, and from that single hinge point on the back, I'm going to have the pedal, you know, going all the way down, being spring loaded, where you press down with your foot, and then what I'm going to have is kind of like a locking mechanism above the pedal, just like a couple of little fingers that stick out above the pedal to hold the pedal in place. We're not really talking about too much travel here. I mean, if I get my dial caliper out here, and again, this is real-time design, so we are doing this all live, we're doing this all real-time. I can see here that the distance of travel that I'm dealing with here, it's order of magnitude 1.5 millimeters, maybe 2 millimeters. So we're not really dealing with a lot of travel here, so I think we'll be okay just having the fulcrum point in the back. The left and the right pedals are not going to be exactly mirrored. The reason why is because the 6 button has this extra button next to it, has a little plus button next to it, where the 4 button is right on the edge. So it's not going to be exactly designed as a mirror, but I'm certainly going to be able to use certain components. But because of that, I'm going to be doing a lot more, what would you call it? Like foundational bracketry. It's probably the best way to put it. In other words, I'm not going to try and design every single element of the pedal into one single 3D printed build. Instead, it's going to be more modular. So I'll have a little bracket here, a little bracket here where I, you know, hinge through for the pedal, have a bracket here where I hold it down. So it's going to be a little bit more modular, and then basically the rest of the pedal will just be all one big piece. So in the next video, we're going to take a look at our 3D printing envelope size, and we'll just kind of make sure that all of our, you know, basic measurements are working out. We've got enough room, and then we'll start actually getting into SolidWorks and designing this thing.